Hello, this is Gray Hughes. I am doing an update right now on the Hart family. There's some bad news and some other kind of disturbing news as well. They've actually recovered a female African American body near where the SUV went over the cliff. I think it's like 1 in 1,000 that it's not one of the girls, okay? And I think the only two girls that are missing still are Hannah and Sierra, okay? If it's Sierra that they found, then there is a chance that Devontae and Hannah are somewhere else, because they are the two that are responsible for the most recent CPS investigations, okay? And I think they might have been punished differently than the other four. However, the most likely scenario is that they all six went over the cliff, just like law enforcement's saying, okay? Now, the location where the body was found is actually, let me make the screen bigger for you guys. It's right here. Right? It's actually Juan Creek, and that's the creek that goes right underneath the overpass just before where the car went off the cliff, all right? So, you know, it seems like, what are the odds? Okay, there's an African-American woman found washed ashore right on this coastline right here, and the car went over the cliff right here. The odds of that not being one of the Hart children is very, very, very unlikely, okay? They're waiting on DNA and stuff like that, but I think we, using logic and reason, know that that's going to be one of the children. Now, like I said, if it's Sierra, that's strange, because Sierra was the one that was bothering me a little bit in terms of the recent CPS, if you believe in a theory that maybe two of them were, 2 or 3 were killed elsewhere. Okay, I couldn't place that. Sierra had an incident, years and years before, but Hannah and Devontae were coming forward recently and trying to cry out for help, okay? So I think it's possible that the parents, or Jennifer specifically, took care of them prior to ever going down to California, okay? But like I'm saying, it's most likely they all 6 went off the cliff, okay? But that's just sort of a speculative thought that I've had, all right? Okay, now another disturbing bit of information is that the Hart family had received $270,000 from Texas after adopting all the kids. All 6 were adopted from Texas. Okay, and you almost wonder, like, why were they adopted in Texas? Well, because Texas pays out $450 per child a month. All right, so, this sort of just adds into the whole narrative that the Hart family portrayed this wonderful family outwardly to everybody who saw it, but inside it was, I believe, a house of horrors, right? Just, beatings and starving and so forth, and they just hid it from everybody and came up with wild excuses. Oh yeah, Hannah, she's running in the house and her teeth get knocked out twice, actually. Wow, what are the odds of that? Oh, and by the way, her teeth are still out now. Okay, so I think that this is a family run by barbarians, okay? The 2 Hart parents are just monsters, and that's it. There isn't any way else to look at it. They're not, oh, they're such good people, dude. Dude, they're really nice. They were so nice to animals and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, forget it, man. All right? They're barbarians. The 6 children of the couple killed in last month's fatal plunge off a cliff, the Pacific Highway Northern, had been adopted in the Houston area, records show. All right? The San Antonio Express-News reported that Jennifer Hart received monthly adoption subsidies from Texas. See, Jennifer's the mastermind behind all the evil, I think. I think Sarah was went along kind of like an abused spouse, and they and she let things happen. But I don't let her off the hook for that. But I think that Jennifer is kind of the mastermind of all the evil that went on. Hart and her spouse, Sarah Hart, reportedly lived in Minnesota when the 6 children were adopted from Texas foster care. Don't you think that's a little weird, too? So they looked around. Oh, my God, look at that. Houston pays to adopt their kids. So that just shows you they didn't really care about who it was. It was about the financial output. The first 3 siblings were adopted in Colorado County in 2006. The second group was adopted from Harris County in 2009. Meanwhile, a search for the 3 children, still unaccounted for after the May 26 fatal plunge near Fort Bragg in Mendocino County, was called off Friday because of inclement weather. And I can tell you, the weather here is absolutely terrible. We had these huge branches fall down on top of our carport. And last night I had a live, and I told everybody that I was playing golf today, and it was really, really windy. I did manage to shoot an 82 in the wind, which isn't terrible, but it's not really that great either. Okay, so anyways, I wanted to get you this new information. A lot of you have probably already heard it by now, but I'm putting this out in the video so that others can actually see it. Okay, so as in a recap, a female African American body washed ashore, just hundreds of yards away from where the SUV went over the cliff. And there's also information that Jennifer and Sarah Hart received, $270,000 to raise these kids over the years. And, my opinion is that people shouldn't be allowed to adopt children unless you are self-sufficient and can afford to adopt them. Because if you don't make it that way, then these scenarios happen where people only adopt for the financial gain. Okay? So if you can't afford to adopt children, then you shouldn't be adopting them. That's just my opinion. Okay? So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Be safe.